Today I'm going to teach you the 10 most important Indonesian verbs that you need to learn in order to start learning Indonesian. In my opinion as a language learner, the main point of language is communication. And the fastest way to learn and to make sure that your brain remembers things is by communicating and using the language. And so if you want to learn a language, I think the best thing you can do is try to make sure that you get to the point where you can start using it as soon as possible, which in my opinion is by learning verbs. And the nice thing about Indonesian is that there are no conjugations. The verb does not change regardless of who is talking or who is performing the action. And so that makes it much easier for you to be able to learn and start using the language correctly. And so the first verb we have today is mau, to want. Mau. Saya mau, dia mau, kamu mau. Number 2 is suka, which means to like something. Saya suka, dia suka, kamu suka. Next, number 3 is melakukan. Saya melakukan, dia melakukan, kamu melakukan. Next, number 4 is tahu. Tahu, to know. And there is an H in this word, but if you pronounce the H for some reason, tahu means tofu in Indonesian. So be careful about saying tahu and tahu. Saya tahu, dia tahu, kamu tahu. Number 5 is tidur. Tidur means to sleep. Saya tidur, dia tidur, kamu tidur. Number 6, makan. Makan means to eat. Saya makan, dia makan, kamu makan. Number 7, ngomong. Ngomong. This means to speak, but this is definitely more of a slang term used more often in Java. But I wanted to include it because NG is one of the hardest Indonesian sounds for foreigners to make. Nga, nga. And so you say ngomong. Saya ngomong, dia ngomong, kamu ngomong. Number 8 is bilang. Bilang means to say. Saya bilang, dia bilang, kamu bilang. Number 9 is harus. Harus means have to or needs to, must. And this is a super important word to learn in any language that you ever try to learn, because people create sentences with this kind of verb all the time. Saya harus, dia harus, kamu harus. Kamu harus belajar bahasa Indonesia. And then the last verb, number 10, is bisa. Bisa means can or to be able to. Bisa. Saya bisa, dia bisa, kamu bisa. But you need to be a little bit careful because bisa can also mean poison. And so in Malay, for example, which is very similar to Indonesian and mutually intelligible, they say boleh instead of bisa. And so yeah, those are the 10 most important verbs that I think you need to learn in order to start speaking as soon as possible. And so if I were giving you advice on how to learn Indonesian, I would learn the pronouns, memorize these 10 basic verbs, and then try to start using them in as many situations and circumstances as possible. Because I think the more you use language in real-world situations where it actually means something to you, the faster you'll be able to learn it, and the faster you'll be able to memorize new words. And if you're serious about learning Indonesian, I've also created an ebook with all my tips and tricks for learning languages, and specifically Indonesian, along with tons of resources like my favorite Indonesian YouTubers, my favorite Indonesian music, and tons of other things that will help you as you start to learn Indonesian. So I've also linked that down below if you're interested. And so with that, semoga berhasil dalam belajar bahasa Indonesia.